Your spine was built in just 5 weeks, and the entire process could have gone wrong at any moment. Right now, inside every pregnant woman watching this, 42 to 44 pairs of tiny building blocks called somites are forming, one by one. And if even a single one misfires, it can permanently curve, fuse, or malform a spine before that baby ever takes a first breath. Welcome back. Today we're going inside the human body at its very beginning, to the weeks before you even looked like a baby, to understand exactly how your spine and nervous system were built from scratch. Whether you're pregnant, planning to be, or just fascinated by how the human body works, this video is going to change the way you think about your backbone forever. We're talking about gastrulation, somites, the neural tube, all the invisible architecture that determines whether a spine forms strong and straight or not. Let's get into it. Just 3 weeks after conception, something extraordinary happens. A tiny, flat disc of cells, no bigger than a poppy seed, completely reorganizes itself in a process called gastrulation. And this isn't just interesting biology trivia. This is the moment your entire body gets its first blueprint. That disc folds and reshuffles into 3 distinct layers called the primary germ layers. The outermost layer, the ectoderm, becomes your brain, spinal cord, skin, and nerves. The innermost layer, the endoderm, lines your digestive and respiratory systems. And the middle layer, the mesoderm, that's the powerhouse. It becomes your muscles, your circulatory system, your bones, and most importantly for us today, your entire vertebral column. Every vertebra in your back traces its origin back to this one incredible reshuffling event happening in the 3rd week of life. Once gastrulation lays down those 3 layers, the body immediately gets to work building your central nervous system. And the way it happens is genuinely mind-blowing. A temporary rod-like structure called the notochord sends out chemical signals, including one actually named the sonic hedgehog protein, no joke, that tell the overlying ectoderm to thicken up and become neural tissue. That tissue forms a flat sheet called the neural plate. Then, like a piece of paper curling at the edges, that flat plate begins to fold upward, its edges rising and curving toward each other until they fuse together down the back midline of the embryo, forming a hollow tube. That tube is the neural tube, and it is the direct ancestor of your brain and your entire spinal cord. If that tube doesn't close completely, a condition called a neural tube defect, it results in serious conditions like spina bifida. This is exactly why folic acid before and during early pregnancy is so critical. While the neural tube is forming, the mesoderm flanking it is doing something equally remarkable. It begins dividing itself into neat, block-like segments called somites. Think of them like a precise stack of Lego bricks forming along the length of the embryo from top to bottom. By approximately week 5 of development, a tiny embryo has around 42 to 44 pairs of somites arranged symmetrically down its back. And here's what makes this so significant for your spine. Each individual somite becomes a specific vertebra. Not approximately, specifically. The timing and position of each somite is governed by a complex system of molecular signals involving notch signaling pathways and gradients of growth factors. Beyond bone, each somite also gives rise to the spinal muscles supporting that vertebra and the deep layer of skin covering it. Your spine wasn't stamped out in one piece. It was assembled, segment by segment, with extraordinary precision. Because this entire process demands such extraordinary precision, even small disruptions during these early weeks can have lifelong consequences. If a somite doesn't form completely, the result can be a hemivertebra, where only half a vertebral body develops, which causes the spine to curve abnormally, leading to congenital scoliosis. If adjacent somites fail to properly separate, they fuse into what are called block vertebrae, permanently limiting spinal mobility from birth. These aren't rare, random accidents. They're predictable outcomes of disrupted development. The good news is that many risk factors are within our influence. Avoiding alcohol, tobacco, and harmful substances during those first critical weeks, managing conditions like diabetes before pregnancy, and starting folic acid supplementation early, all create the healthiest possible environment for those somites and that neural tube to form correctly. If there's a family history of spinal malformations, genetic counseling before pregnancy is genuinely worth pursuing. If this video opened your eyes to how your spine was built and how to protect it from the very beginning, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need this information. Subscribe so you never miss a spine health video. And drop a comment below. Did anything here surprise you? I'd love to know what hit hardest. If you want the prenatal supplement guide I recommend for supporting early neural development, the link is in the description. Your spine is a masterpiece that began forming before you were even recognizably human, and understanding that process is the first step toward respecting and protecting it for life. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, consult your doctor before starting any new health routine.